Now think about this. If there's physical evidence by thought alone in your brain and body to look like your wealth or your future has already happened, it's already happened. And you're already it. So it's not about your wealth. It's not about your health. It's not about your freedom. It's who you become. So then as you overcome, you become someone else. And so most people don't understand that that the truth is that every time you overcome yourself a little bit more, the side effect is that you love yourself a little bit more. And so now self-love is no longer about pleasure or having a car. It's something that you're cultivating within you. So then imagine, we have research to show, and this is such a duality, that when you start seeing the brain start synchronizing, getting coherent. The front of the brain and the back of the brain, the two hemispheres coming together, and we can say to scientists that come and study our work, oh, watch this, Ed's gonna pop. What do you mean? Just watch, this is gonna be good. And all of a sudden you see this brain going into this kind of psychic union, the heart blows wide open, you see coherence going on, and you'll look around at that person, and there's tears running down their face. Imagine feeling so whole that it's impossible to want. I mean, how can you want when you're whole? Because you feel like you already have it. Now, when you reach that point, that's when the magic happens, because now you are worthy to receive. And the universe only gives us what we think we're worthy of receiving.
The most important #1 rule in life is that you always get what you expect. No exemptions. You heard it right. Your life is a very, very subjective experience. The universe, the quantum field, responds to your expectations every second. I'll give you one example. Let's say you play tennis as a hobby and you have this important match to play, but your opponent is very strong. You believe you don't have any chance. As a matter of fact, you are sure you will lose that match. At this point, it doesn't matter how good you can play, because you are sure you will lose. You don't have self-confidence or any faith in your abilities and your power. My question to you is, can you in any given situation win that match? The answer is very obvious. Of course you can. The universe will take care of your expectations, always confirming them. Yes, you were powerful enough to create a situation where you lost that match. On the other hand, you could have chosen to believe in yourself and your abilities and see yourself winning that match. If you did that, you would experience some of these situations. You would hit some impossible shots. Your opponent would miss some shots that he or she usually doesn't miss. Maybe they would be mentally drowned or physically exhausted. An unlimited number of situations could have occurred, but you made a choice. You've lost that match even before it began. That's how powerful you are. Now, to change expectations, you need to first understand how exactly things work. And to learn that, you couldn't pick a better place to be. So stick around for a while and listen carefully. You're aware that everything originates from a thought, right? Every action in your life is preceded by a thought. It's the starting point, the ignition before any movement takes place. So consider this: if you buy into the idea that your thoughts play a role in shaping your destiny, much like the insight of great historical leaders, then the crucial question becomes, will you let your future be defined by a vision, or will you be shackled by the memories of the past? Let me illustrate with a common scenario. Mornings. As you wake up, your brain is essentially a repository of the past, a memory bank filled with all your learnings and experiences up until that point. Most people begin their day by dwelling on problems, intricately connected to specific people, events, and places. It's like turning on a switch that delves into the past. These memories, in turn, bring forth emotions, and emotions are the echoes of past experiences. The kicker is that thoughts are the language of the brain, while feelings are the language of the body. So when you start your day living in the familiar past, it logically follows that you're paving the way for a predictable future. The snag is that most people find themselves stuck in this biological loop. Your body, essentially your unconscious mind, doesn't discern between an emotion created by an external experience and one conjured solely by thought. If you're consistently harboring the same emotions day in and day out, influencing your thoughts, you become trapped in thinking no greater than your emotional state. This reliance on feelings as a means of thinking essentially means you're living in the past, and your lens on the future is colored by what's already happened. Waiting for a crisis or a health scare to wake up becomes a common pattern. But here's the catch. Biology tends to be redundant. Persistently thinking the same thoughts creates neural circuits that wire together, hardwiring your brain to default to these familiar thoughts. Simultaneously, these thoughts trigger the production of chemicals called emotions, further cementing your body's affinity for these familiar emotional states, be it guilt, unhappiness, or pain. Despite their discomfort, some prefer clinging to the known rather than embracing the unknown. Now, if you're wondering how your thoughts link to your destiny, here's the kicker. 95% of those thoughts are subconscious programs. You may not even be aware you're thinking them. The first step to change is to start examining and altering these unconscious thoughts. When you observe these thoughts, you're no longer the program. You become the consciousness observing the program. This process might feel uncomfortable, similar to lighting a match in a dark place. It's tempting to distract yourself from this discomfort, whether through the TV or your cell phone. Yet understanding that change necessitates a certain level of discomfort is crucial. It's a normal part of leaving the known and stepping into the unknown. So here's the question. What thoughts do you want to fire and wire in your brain? Your attention to these thoughts starts reshaping the circuitry, essentially molding your brain. Rather than waiting for life to change before feeling gratitude, abundance, or wholeness, realize that you're not creating wealth. You're generating it by living in abundance. By teaching your body emotionally about the future you desire, your body starts living in that future reality in the present moment. The science behind this lies in the environment signaling the genes. Embracing elevated emotions signals your genes, affecting the structure and function of your body. Your body begins to live in the future reality you've envisioned, all starting with the intentional creation of elevated emotions before they manifest. Now, let me share a crucial insight. If you can cultivate a deep familiarity with gratitude, wholeness, abundance, and freedom, and consistently generate the corresponding chemicals within you, chances are you'd walk around feeling as though your future has already unfolded. No longer would you be in a perpetual search for it. Instead, you'd sense it as a reality already lived. So why does this matter? Well, in this process, you're essentially transforming into a different version of yourself. You're shedding the layers of lack, guilt, and emptiness that have defined your personality. Your personality, comprising how you think, act, and feel, is intricately woven into your personal reality, your life. Therefore, if you seek to alter your life, your personal reality, you must initiate a change in your personality. Now, here's the catch. Becoming conscious of your unconscious thoughts is the starting point. Observe how you act, notice your speech, and pay attention to your emotions. Some individuals unknowingly live with guilt throughout their entire lives because in some peculiar way, it feels like them. To break free from this, you need to objectify your subjective self. Initiating change is a step-by-step process. A new thought should lead to a new choice, and that choice should manifest in a new behavior. This new behavior, in turn, creates a fresh experience, sparking a new emotion. This emotion chemically instructs your body to understand what your mind has intellectually grasped. Now your body embodies the truth. However, it's easy to get stuck, and here's why. The stronger the emotion tied to an event, be it a betrayal or trauma, the more attention you pay to the external cause. Your brain captures an image, neurologically embedding that pattern into your brain as a memory. These intense emotional events form long-term memories, shaping your neurology. The problem arises when you don't know how to regulate your emotional response to these events. If you prolong the chemical reaction period, what I call the refractory period, for an extended time, the event induces a chemical change, and your body seeks to return to balance. If it can't, the extended emotional reaction becomes a mood, lingering for days or even weeks. So why do we get stuck in moods or temperament? It's a simple cycle. The stronger the emotion, the more attention you give to the external cause, perpetuating the conditioning of your body into the past. You wake up seeking that emotion, allowing it to linger for weeks or even months. That's a temperament. If you let it persist for years, it becomes a personality trait. People unwittingly memorize themselves by reliving the past, and when asked to recall the story, 50% of what they recount may not even be true. They're essentially reaffirming that change is beyond them. The significance lies in where you place your attention, as that's where your energy follows. By lowering the volume on negative emotions, you can take your attention back, breaking those energetic bonds and reclaiming your power. It's a conscious shift from being defined by the past to being driven by a vision of the future. The challenge lies in becoming aware and avoiding the same unconscious choices. If you can diminish the intensity of negative emotions, you reclaim your power by redirecting your attention. You see, your expectations are like a blueprint for what you bring into your life. They're not just random thoughts. They're like a script that influences the outcomes you experience. So understanding and mastering your expectations is key to manifesting greater things. Now let's break it down. If your expectations are limited, you're essentially setting a cap on what you believe is possible for yourself. It's like driving with the brakes on. You may move, but you're not reaching your full potential. To change this, you've got to aim higher in your expectations. Think of it like expanding the boundaries of your imagination. Instead of expecting the usual or the ordinary, challenge yourself to expect the extraordinary. This shift opens up new possibilities and allows you to tap into a realm of greater potential. Here's the thing, your brain is wired to create what you expect. So if you consistently expect small things, that's precisely what you'll get. But if you start expecting big transformative things, your brain kicks into gear to make those expectations a reality. It's about rewiring your thinking. Imagine your expectations are like the tracks for a train. If the tracks are set to lead to a small station, that's where the train goes. But if you adjust the tracks to head for a grand destination, the train follows suit. It's all about setting the course for bigger and better outcomes. Now, the trick is to be conscious of your expectations. Notice when you're thinking small and gently redirect those thoughts. Picture yourself achieving something greater, something beyond what you've done before. This visualization sends a powerful signal to your brain, rewiring it to align with your new, bigger expectations. So in essence, changing your expectations is like upgrading your internal software. It's a deliberate choice to believe in the vast potential within you. When you expect greater things, you create a magnetic force that draws those things toward you. It's a game changer in the art of manifesting. Picture the quantum field like this vast, intelligent sea of energy that's sensitive to our thoughts and expectations. It's not just some distant force, it's intimately entangled with our consciousness. So when we have expectations, it's like casting a ripple into this cosmic sea. The universe, or the quantum field, pays attention to these ripples. It's like a responsive echo chamber, reflecting back what we put out. If our expectations are small, the quantum field goes, all right, small it is. But here's the magic. When we set our expectations high, when we expect greatness, the quantum field goes, got it, let's make it happen. See, the universe doesn't play favorites. It responds to the vibes we're sending out. It's a co-creative dance where our thoughts and expectations influence the very fabric of reality. It's not about wishful thinking, it's about aligning your energy with what you desire. Think of it like this, your expectations are like magnetic signals that draw in experiences and opportunities from the quantum field. If you're signaling for mediocrity, that's what you'll attract. But if you crank up the dial and signal for extraordinary, the quantum field responds with a resounding, sure thing. Now let's talk brain talk. When you expect something, your brain gets the memo. It starts firing up neurons, creating a neural network that's in sync with your expectations. This isn't just fancy science, it's practical magic happening inside your head. So to manifest greater things, it's about getting in tune with this dance. It's about realizing that your expectations are like a cosmic order you're placing with the universe. The quantum field doesn't judge, it simply follows your lead. Here's the beauty of it all. By consciously elevating your expectations, you're becoming a master conductor in this symphony of creation. You're saying, I expect abundance, joy, success, and the quantum field harmonizes with your tune. In the end, it's a two-way street. Your expectations influence the quantum field, and in return, the quantum field shapes the reality you experience. It's a partnership of cosmic proportions, and you, my friend, are at the conductor's podium, orchestrating the magnificent symphony of your life. So expect big, dream grand, and watch as the universe waltzes with your expectations to bring forth the extraordinary. It's a dance of creation, and you're the lead. I invite you to join us on this transformative journey, to subscribe to our channel and become part of our community of seekers. Share your stories of success and failure with the creation and manifestation, for in the sharing of our experiences lies the opportunity for growth and understanding. Together, let us explore the depths of our psyche, unlocking the secrets of our soul, and beginning a journey of self-discovery that transcends time and space. Thank you for joining us on this sacred quest.